Good afternoon, y'all. The rain finally stopped. Actually, it was supposed to come in through the night, really hit hard, 7 a.m., be out of here by noon. Nothing. So I said, well, I'll get ready to go out. 11 o'clock, the bottom fell. I'm thinking it's what, 1:15, Wednesday afternoon? It is sopping wet, but we have to plant something, and it's called strawberries. Let me show y'all what I got. Oh, I dropped one. Yesterday, I was gifted these strawberries, and in the bag it said to immediately remove them, house them in some water for 24 hours. Well, I grabbed these cups that I had, and I put one in each. There's 6 of them, and I set it down into a white pan with a little water and let them sit in the greenhouse. But now we got to plant them. So that's what we're going to do together. But as I drop this camera, I'm going to insert a picture of yesterday's harvest. Now, this bed is loaded with red ones, big ones. I'd say red. By tomorrow, they'll be ready to go again. But I want y'all to see our first harvest. Now, mind you, these came from the Broussards. In October, we put them in these 2 beds because that's all we had. And when Bud builds the permanent strawberry bed, as we call it, come this fall, we will transplant. Well, I don't have that bed yet. I started to put these new ones in pots, and I said, nope, I'm going to house them with these other strawberries for now. Now, will they produce this year? I don't know. I didn't think these Broussard strawberries, that's what I call them, because I really don't even know what variety. They could be ever-bearing. I don't know. I didn't ask. I was just excited that we were gifted these. And y'all saw we didn't lose but 2 out of the whole plot. So, I've already dug out. Here's that bucket that I had them sitting in water. This is my straw. I don't want to lose none of that, y'all. That stuff's like gold nowadays. So we'll rethink next year. So I'm going to drop the camera, but I want y'all to see yesterday's harvest. Mr. Buddy enjoyed it. He come in from work and he had that handful of strawberries. Yeah, I scored brownie points. Okay, so here we go. Look at the picture. I'll get y'all set up. So I knew I had this open spot here. I didn't want to kind of go in between. So all I'm going to do, and these are small, I'm just going to pluck me out a little hole. I mean, it ain't rocket science. But I'm going to go very deep with my hole. And you're going to say, why is that? Can y'all see? It's pretty deep. But I'm keeping it narrow. Because the one thing I don't do is make a big well when I'm planting these strawberries. Okay, that's pretty deep. Now, this is what I use. Ooh, it stinks too, but this is what I use. This is what I used when I did these starts. So I'm going to set it here, and I'm going to get a handful, drop down in there. Not real heavy handed now, because these are young. And as you can see, I'm going to pack dirt down around it. I do not want the fertilizer to connect to the root of the strawberry. Isn't that beautiful roots? And I'm just gonna set it down in here, add a little bit more soil, a little bit more, and we are perfect. And that's all I'm gonna do. And then what I like to do is I come in with my fingers and I find where that root ball is and I lightly mash. And that's it, guys. Let's do the other one. Let's see where we're at. I'm going to try to split them up. Let's do this one. Again, you see I'm trying to go in very tight and deep. Oh yeah, perfect. A little bit more. And I guess if I had to measure, a tablespoon maybe. And I'm guessing, but about a tablespoon. All right, now if you find anything like this, any little dead leaf, I remove all of that. That's all that's going to do is take energy from the plants. Isn't that beautiful? Let me set this over here. Perfect. Mash again. All right. And see, they're not too close together. About 6 inches. And now we'll do the last run. Now let's put our straw back. And yes, there's a little bit of dirt in the straw. It's not going to affect anything. I'll get it all in here and then I'll go back in and straighten it all up. Okay. And I'm really not packing it. Look at that strawberry. And I done got it all dirty with my hands, but, ooh, and here's one. Look at that. There's one right there. I'm just amazed, guys. Now, I do have some yellowing on some leaves down here that got underneath. I will remove that. All that's doing is pulling energy from the good part of the strawberry. Okay. So what did y'all think of that picture that I inserted? So as you can see, by tomorrow, there should be more snacks. Are y'all seeing the red? There's one, and here's another one. Now we're in the greenhouse. And because it started sprinkling rain. Y'all, they don't know what they're talking about. This was supposed to be gone. No, it came in when it was supposed to be gone. And I'm a little damp. But we're in the greenhouse. I want to show y'all some stuff. It's been a while since we've been in here. I was hoping to get more planted. And I may do that. I've gifted a lot of plants. And now I can't find anybody that wants them. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to plant them. And then what I'll do is as I harvest, I will share the fruits of our labor with others. If they don't want to plant, I'm going to feed them. You know, we're all part of God's children. But let me show y'all something. And there is the fig trees. Now what you'll see at the very back is, I see 3 that's got green on it. I want to say he called that muscadine. No. Mulberries. I'm not real sure now. See, I'm questioning myself. But I can't remember what he said. But these are the fig trees. And he did test a few, and they are starting to make root. They're leafing out, which is good. There is no fruit. Remember he removed all the figs so we could push energy to the root system. Now, on this table is mulberries that he started a week ago. And there is green on all but this one. So let's hope we get some mulberries. Now, can you see up in here? There's a roaster tomato, San Marzona. Let's see, what is this one? A Mr. D. This is, oh, there's a zinnia. I got to get it planted. There's a Space Master 80, which is a cucumber. There's a Jolene. I'm trying to look and see. I've got to get all these planted. Another San Marzano, which I'm going to plant all of them. Another Mr. D and a beefsteak. Now look at this. Now here, oh yeah, I'll get it planted today. Okay, now let me show you. Y'all remember I did the 72 cells, trying to condense the space against my better judgment. I said, you know what, scratch that. I dug in that yellow and black tote. I pulled out my little 6-packs that I've got hundreds of, and I went back to my old way. Still using the drip pan, still using the top dome, the moisture dome, the clear top dome. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I did 6-packs. The roaster tomatoes, they all came up. I've got to get them in the ground. Couldn't find anybody to give them to. So as they came up, I pulled them out. I set them underneath the grow lights. Everything did fine. So I am not a fan of the 72. I would rather stick all of these in there, and you still get 72, but this way I can control what germinates first, remove it. It doesn't disturb the little plants at such a young age. I knew better, but we were trying to hurry up and use what we had space-wise for the grow station. He ended up building me another grow station. I think we shared that in the video because he had the material and we had the lights. But y'all, look at this. Now this is the Jubilee 2.5, but they're ready. They are ready. I just have to put them in the pots. I have 4 pots available. He'll have to come in, get me some more, drill the holes. We have to shovel the dirt in. We do have a pile of soil. Him and Cameron went last Tuesday and got it. So we've got that. Here's you an example. Now I'll chunk this. I didn't break these apart with my scissors, and I was like, I'm just going to chunk it. Those 3 is not going to matter. Matter of fact, what are they anyway? I don't even think I marked them. Nope. I'm just going to dump that, call it a wash. Y'all, we are very pleased. Sugar melts. If you ask Buddy, he'd say, salt floats. So that's what's, oh no, that ain't what's left. Hold up a minute. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to like make you dizzy. I gotta hit the button off to turn you back around. Hang on. Okay. There is fruit trees in here, y'all. And this is a medley plum. This is a Fuji apple. Look at that. It's tall. And what is this one? I forgot. A gala. Look at that. Now over here is 2 different types of satsumers. These are ours. These are the ones that went into that garage. Oops, hold on, Lippy. And through all that Arctic, we got to get them planted. Because, you know, we lost the one that was outside. So these are actually be going in those extremely large tubs. We're not going to actually put it in the ground. But there's my 2. And they got to, look at this. They got to get planted. And then I threw my little aloe veras over here. Remember, that was the aloe veras I dug up. Well, there's 2 more. What did I do with them? Where I throw them onions. And yes, I'm still working on them onions. Y'all, that stuff's like 6 inches deep, that black mulch. But hey, we're not counting, are we? So I've got those to get somewhere, but they're going to stay in the pots. So yeah, these were ours. But these 3, my good friend, Miss Nikki. Her and Buddy are fruit tree besties. Just gonna tell y'all, they fruit tree besties. This is the first baby that's going in one of the pots that's ready. This roaster. I don't understand it, guys, but I had to change company seeds. And when I did, that's when everything started growing. You know, it is what it is. It's crapshoot, right? But let me raise you up just a little bit. But I want to talk about the strawberries. Many of you know that I lost my little Gigi on the 21st of March. These strawberries arrived yesterday by my good friend, Miss Robin. She's my weather sister. I'll give you a little bit of history. Back at our old place in Louisiana, Buddy was out of town. We only had, what do you call it, satellite TV. It wasn't underground. So anytime there was a storm, our power stayed on, but we'd lose the satellite. And I'll never forget, Ben at VW Family Farms, he called me. He said, hey, Lippy, you know, there's a tornado headed your way, blah, blah, blah. He knew Buddy was out of town. They're good friends of ours. And he stayed with that storm. Then Robin texted me, and the next thing you know, I had 0 satellite, power out, which was very rare. And she was my eyes to the radar. She was my communication through text message. And needless to say, we survived that storm. And that was in 2019. We survived the 2020 with major damage. But she wanted to gift me something sweet. And that was these strawberries. Now, they're heirloom strawberries. They're from Baker Creek, and I do not remember the name. So forgive me. Maybe Robin, you know, when you watch this, if you could leave the name of them, because I really totally forgot, guys. I couldn't read it for the tears in my eyes. So I'll pin that, you know, if you're interested, but they're beautiful. Anyway, she gifted those sweets in remembrance of my sweet Gigi. So when Buddy builds the bed, the forever strawberry bed, which will be lower than these tall beds, about half height. It'll also have, I don't know how he does it, but he's done it before, where it has a screen, a bird screen, and then we can just lift it. In other words, there'll be like sections. It's going to be long because we need a lot of strawberries. And it'll have little sections where I can roll it over in a frame to harvest, do whatever I need to do, and then roll it back over to keep the birds away, which, knock on wood, I ain't got no wood. Well, I'm going to call that wood. Oh, wait. Knock on wood. Yeah, I'm one of them superstitious kind of people. You know, they'll do good. These haven't been eaten, so all is well. So the bed will be named after Gigi. So when we tell the grandkids, or even ourselves, hey, I'm going to go check Gigi's bed, I'm going to be referring to the strawberries. Now, I can't eat strawberries. I'm allergic to them. But Bud, the grandkids, my daughter, everyone says just how sweet they are. And I can smell them and tell you they're sweet. So that, to me, represents my sweet, loving Gigi. So that's where the strawberries come from. That's where the remembrance will be. And Miss Nikki, that's all Buddy and Miss Nikki. She ain't sent me nothing else ever since I squeezed those orange lemons. And that's supposed to have been Buddy's seeds. Oopsie. So I could take y'all. Yeah, I will. I'll go ahead and take y'all. It's lightly sprinkling. I'll take y'all to the fruit orchard, or should I say the beginning of the fruit orchard. And I'll do my very best to explain one of the fruits. A lot of these came from our good friend around the corner, Mr. Larry. So I'll take y'all out there and I'll do my best, because Buddy actually showed me what his intentions is when I saw this 6-foot stake looking like this. I said, did your stake fall over? No. So let me take y'all out there. I'll show you that. We'll look at where the fruit orchard's going to be. Yeah, we'll just walk around and have a few minutes together. But the last 2 days you didn't see me, because Lippy power washed the house. Lippy redid her front beds, the back beds, and I did lose 2 hydrangeas, and Buddy, he replaced them a couple of weeks ago. They'd been sitting in here, so I was blessed to see we only lost 2, because I'm trying to capture back our old place that we sold. So as I'm getting this camera set up to move you to the fruit orchard, I'm gonna also insert a picture of my hydrangea bed and what I am trying to replicate here at our new home place. So enjoy the picture. Let me go get y'all set up. Okay, this is at one of our back beds. You see, I planted the hydrangea and I straightened up the mulch, but I texted Buddy at work and I said, can you see if they have any black mulch on sale? Because we can get a truckload for $30, but I really didn't need a full truckload. And so he looked, and they actually had them 6 for $12, which was $2 a bag. Not bad, and usually they run specials like that. So he got me 6 bags. I just wanted to top off because the chickens would come in here. Oops, sorry. The chickens would come in here and just scratch and just sling it everywhere. So that's going to be plenty to really fill in the beds. But you see, these 3 survived. And let's go look at the other bed. Here is the other bed. All of these did fine. I don't know why the other 2 died, but I'm talking about now. The chickens could actually, because they scratched deep, I had to rake all this stuff back in and try to secure the border. Now Buddy's got to come in with more clamps because a lot of spots have fallen over, but I literally got on the ground. You can see some on the ground, and I was scooping it up trying to get it all back in there. So the chickens could have easily, you know, destroyed those other 2. But here is the other bed. Now this is hydrangeas. So from the photo that I showed you, that's what I'm trying to recreate. Now we'll just travel the front. I've got to come in and trim these bushes. And I got to do some weed eating too. But my little border fell over because the chickens got in here too. So I had to really try to, you know, sweep it up off the ground, get as much as I could. And I kind of stepped on that border, but he said he can fix it. But these are just pistorporiums. I may be saying it wrong. And this is a gardenia. This is a Louisiana gardenia. It can go down to 0 degrees. This is a Shasta daisy. And I have 2 more that looks like they're coming up, but they're tucked down in there. Power wash the front. And see, these are doing better. I'd like to actually get 3 more for this side and 3 more there of the daisies, because they do really well. And this is full sun, guys, that hit this. But you can see where my border's kind of leaning over, but he'll fix it for me. And these do bloom. Now they're almost spent. They will bloom white flowers and they smell amazing. They grow very well here, you know. But remember, we pulled all that stuff out last year. And you see down here, that's a mom. And look, there's another mom. So I didn't plant them, but they came up And the look of this looks like at one time there might have been a row of mums. I don't know. But I know that's a mom, and I'm going to leave them. But if you can see, let me try to zoom. Can you see that post right there? Okay. From that post to this, and he's already got the hole dug. He covered it so it wouldn't fill in with water. These are all our muscadines. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now he does have the vines wrapped on each end because now he's going to be building the other post, and it's going to look like a clothesline. And with the fencing we have, we'll run a top. Well, we'll run 2 ends of fencing on each end so it can go up, and then run a fencing across the top so I can harvest walking underneath it. But those all survived. One of them we thought, and it's way, let's see, it's way down there. Let me move up. We thought, uh-oh, but it's got green on it, so it came back. So that is our muscadine run. Now, where you see grass in between, we'll be cutting that out, and we're actually going to lay some ground cover on the bottom. I think he said 2 feet wide, I think, or 3 feet wide, and keep that trimmed. And we've got some old landscape timbers. We're going to do that so we don't have to worry about weed eating and disturbing, and of course y'all know snakes. So we have a ways to go, but they all made it from last year. So that is our muscadine run. Now what you're looking at is our trailer of our dirt and our wheelbarrow, but there is a post right here, and then a post at the end, and this is our blackberry patch. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe he said we're 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 5 short for the blackberries, and he'll clean the bottom, as I said, with the muscadines. Only on these posts, he's going to run a wire and then overhang the runners, add another wire and another wire, so they're all up on wire there again, so we can see what's underneath, we can maintain what's underneath. But this is our blackberries. So I'm on the hunt to find 5 more. Now let's go look at Mr. Buddy's fruit orchard. And y'all look at this. This is that fig cutting that I got last year when I went down to Deep South Homestead. And Mr. Danny gave me a cutting. Y'all look. It survived that Arctic blast. And there is Mr. Buddy's fruit orchard. And we'll go down. But that one right there, I need to show you what he explained to me yesterday. And then I got it. Okay, this is our kefir pear. It's beautiful. And across from the kefir pear is our orient pear. And look how big. Now these came from Louisiana Nursery. They had a big sale probably a month ago, and we purchased those 2 pairs. They were $34.99, so $35. And they're beautiful. Now this is a red plum from Mr. Larry. It's a pretty, pretty tree. And this is a Alberta peach. It's got a lot of blooms on it. We won't get anything this year. Well, I don't know. We could. Now, did I call that a pear? That's an Alberta peach. I can't remember. But this is Belle of Georgia peach. And they're doing great. And see, he makes a well. He loves his trees. I love to pick them, eat them, and can them. Y'all can see me, because I had to stand back so you could see. You see how he has this stop sitting slantways? That's because he's going to bring this tree up, and he has cotton string or something And you see how I'm making it straight? Well, he's going to tie it to this, so it pulls it without hard pulling, so it will start growing straight. It was laid on the ground in the bucket, and he planted it straight. Hang on. He planted it straight in the ground, but it has that bend. So I was like, well, why is that stick sideways? He said, so I can bring it in, tie it to start letting it go straight. He said, and then I'll take my tree stakes, like he's made out of those pieces of rebarb, and then he'll secure it. He said, but for now, I just want to pull it in. And what that is a green plum that Mr. Larry gave us. The green plum, some know it as the Italian plum. That is what prunes, dried prunes, are made from. This is a blessing of a tree, guys. Now, have I ever had a green plum? No. Do I eat prunes? Yes. But last year, Miss Allison bought her a Italian plum. I didn't connect the dots that it was a green plum until she informed me, and I was like, what? Which Mr. Larry was talking about. He said, have y'all ever had a green plum? I'm thinking green. He's like, I'm gonna give you one. Buddy knew, I didn't. And I was like, okay, I bet it's good. And they say, oh, it's sweet. And then Miss Allison explained it to me. Buddy obviously already knew. And I was like, are you kidding me? So yes, this is a special treat for us. A special treat. So, it's not raining now. I'm gonna get a cup of coffee and I'm gonna go plant those tomatoes. How many buckets? Oops. Yeah, I'm in flip-flops and I just got into an ant bed. I got 4 buckets, so I go plant me 4 tomatoes and then I'll call it done. I am soaking wet out here, but I got flip-flops on. Yeah, I kind of like to be barefooted, but he don't want me to, so I just wear flip-flops. So as always, y'all, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. And I will see you on the next one.